guys, it's Robin, and today I'm doing a Sims book tag. This tag was created by Hailey over at HailsheartsNYC. I will link her video down below, but let's get started. So the first book is the original Sims, so name a book that is the best author debut. And for this I picked Illuminated by Amy Kaufman and Jay Kristoff. This isn't either author's first debut novel, but it's their debut novel together, and I absolutely loved it. It was amazing. It was super popular on BookTube in the fall when it came out. The sequel comes out in the fall. If you haven't read this yet, you should definitely pick it up. It was great. So next is The Grim Reaper. So name a book that had the saddest character death. And for this one, I picked Looking for Alaska by John Green. If you've read this book, you know what I'm talking about. If you haven't, you should read it. It was great. It still, like, to this day, breaks my heart just thinking about it. Like, oh my god, it hurts so much. But it was an amazing book. So good. So next is Sims Getting Stuck. If you've ever played The Sims, you know that they just, like, get stuck in rooms all the time because there's like a dirty plate in front of the door and they can't walk around it, or like someone else is standing in the door and neither of them will move and they just get stuck there and complain that they can't do what you told them to do. So this one is pick a character who just got in the way of everything, and for this I'm picking Patrick from Me Before You by Jojo Moyes. He was just annoying and I wanted him to leave so that Will and Louisa could be adorable, and it never happened, and that just made me sad, and I hated him. Like, right from the beginning, I hated him. So next is Simlish, which is the language that they speak in The Sims, and for this tag, you pick a book with amazing writing. For this one, I don't have the first book in the series with me right now. I lent it to a friend, but it would be the Outlander series by Diana Gabaldon. This is the second book, Dragonfly and Amber. This series is just amazing, and Diana Gabaldon is such an amazing writer. Like, every detail in this book blows my mind. Like, it was so good. I'm currently on the third book in this series, and I'm super excited to finish the series. So next is expansion packs. In The Sims, they keep adding expansion packs to make gameplay, like add things to the gameplay and make it better. So this is name a series that just kept getting better as it goes on. And for this, I'm going to pick the Infernal Devices trilogy by Cassandra Clare. If you've read this, you probably know that the first one, Clockwork Angel, starts out pretty slow, but by the time you get to the end of Clockwork Princess, like, it's just amazing. I think Clockwork Princess is still probably my favorite Cassandra Clare book I've ever read. It was amazing. So next is Sims Romance, which you can, like, fall in love and marry a Sim in, like, one day. It's ridiculous. Like, you meet them and marry them the same day. It's a bit crazy. So for this one, it's the worst kind of insta-love, and for this, I'm picking Nick and Nora's Infinite Playlist by Rachel Cohen and David Levithan. This is also a movie. The book and the movie were very similar, so if you've seen or read it, you know what I'm talking about. But they meet and like fall in love in like one day, and it's just like, I thought it was ridiculous, kind of. And it's a short book, like it's only, I think it's less than 300 pages. It's less than 200 pages. It's super short, and like, I just think it was super unrealistic, the way that they fell in love so fast. Like, it just bothered me. So the next tag is Sims Cheats, name a book that was completely unrealistic. And for that one, I'm going to pick The Girl on the Train by Paula Hawkins. Don't get me wrong, I loved this book so much, but there were so many parts of this book that I thought, that wouldn't ever happen. Like, I can't say what I mean because this is a thriller and I don't want to spoil it for anyone, but like so many times in this book I was like, that doesn't work like that. So yeah. So the next tag is Error Code 12, which in The Sims is like when you try to save and there's a save error and everything just shuts down. You lose your whole game that you played without saving, and it sucks. It's awful. So for this one, you're supposed to pick a book series that started off great but went downhill from there. And for that one, I am picking the Divergent series by Veronica Roth. I don't have the first two in the series. I only have the last one, which is my whole point. I've owned this book for 3 years, I think, and that is how much I read. I made it to page 205. I tried to read it twice. It was awful. I could not get into it. It just was so bad. I read Divergent in like a day. I read Insurgent really quickly as well. I was so excited when this one came out, and it was so bad. Next is need fulfillment, and in The Sims, they have needs, obviously, like eating, going to the bathroom, sleeping, that kind of thing. And Sims make really bad decisions and don't do these things that they need to fulfill these needs. So they just pee themselves or starve to death or like pass out on the floor because they were too stupid to like go to bed. So for this one, you're supposed to pick a book that with a character that made all the wrong decisions. And for this one, I'm picking Simon Lewis from the Mortal Instruments series by Cassandra Clare. If you've read them, you just know. You just know, especially in this first book, Simon does some pretty dumb things. At one point he turns into a rodent, and it's his own fault. So like you just know Simon is gonna do something that was a stupid decision. And the last one is The Sims Vortex, which is where you start playing and you get sucked in and you never want to leave the world of Sims again, which is what happened to me 5 or 6 years ago, and I'm still just like spinning around in the vortex, never gonna get out. But for this one, you're supposed to pick a book that completely engrossed you. You couldn't put it down. And for this, I am picking the Twilight series. That's right. This is the 10th anniversary special edition. This is the only one of my books I have with me. The rest are not currently at my house, which is upsetting. But I was obsessed with this series. I didn't start reading it until after Breaking Dawn came out. Until right before Breaking Dawn came out. So they were almost all out when I started. I read Twilight with my mom, and then I read New Moon and Eclipse by myself. And Breaking Dawn, I got the day it came out and devoured it in like 2 days. I was obsessed with it. I read this series like 4 times. I used to know every chapter title in Breaking Dawn. I was obsessed with this. I completely got sucked in to the Twilight Vortex. It was like the first fandom that I was a part of. Twilight is a special place in my heart, and I just love it. Love it. So that's it for this tag video. The last part is to tag people that you think should do this. I have no idea who on BookTube plays The Sims, but if you play The Sims and you were interested in this tag, I tag you to do it. Give it a shot. It was fun. Some of them were actually harder than I thought they would be to pick books for, but it was a good time. So I hope you liked this video. If you did, subscribe down below. I hope to post videos fairly regularly on this channel, and I will see you again soon. Bye!